Hey everyone! So as you probably have already seen, we've got new Drytron support that gives incredible new one-card combos and much of starters. Obviously I don't have them yet, but I thought I'd go through a preliminary deck profile of just what it should look like post Infinite Forbidden. So start with the main deck. We've got the main rituals, we've got DRYTRONS. You can consider playing the new one, but it's 5k, it makes it a bit awkward sometimes. I've got one Cerebus, because you can easily search it to protect yourself from things like Imperm. Chaos Max remains the best win con of the deck, so we're just sticking with that for now. Then of course the Cyber Angel, so we've got Triple Ben 10 and Natasha. These conflict with the lock into Just Machine Rituals, but incredible resource loop, incredible game ender, you want to play them anyway. Then for the tribute names, we have 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 3 Gamma, 3 Delta. Just want to max out on them, see them as much as possible. Easy. Then after that we have a Fairy in Diviner. Only playing one, you don't need any more for follow-up because it's Drytron, you generate incredible follow-up. And you don't need to be playing Choju anymore because, you know, we don't play Herald. Then we have Herald of the Orange Light. It's a Herald, I suppose, but it's just a searchable hand trap. Great for stopping your opponent. And then 3 copies of Droll as the other hand trap. Because it's Droll, you can sometimes normal summon it so that you can make move beta more easily, because it's level 1. Then for additional searches for names, we have 3 Cyber Emergency, 2 Nova and a Fafnir. Most people have been going over to 3 Nova, no Fafnir nowadays, but because of the new trap, you've got additional search targets you can go for. So I've added a Fafnir in case of the Nova, just in case. Then we have a whole bunch of board breakers, because we have Triple Droplet and 2 Thrust. This is obviously just board breaker on its own. Thrust, however, searches a whole package of very powerful cards. We have a Prep to get mostly to Benton, a Talents to rip about the board, a Foolish Burial, and Featherstorm for going first. Obviously this isn't a board breaker, but you just use it to make a rank 1 Winged Beast, and you just lock that on monster effects. And of course the 1 ritual spell, because so that's it for the main deck. Not many changes, but we know how to play this deck, we know how it works. Onto the extra, however, there are a few more differences. We have 2 Mu Beta. You don't need a third unless you want to go for UDF plays, which you can, but not really worth it. 1 Fuko, because it's a Zeus pilot, and also lets you do the Featherstorm line. Downed Zeus, because 4 material Zeus is nice, and Beatrice. Beatrice lets you do a bunch of 1 name combos. It used to be the only way, obviously now you can do that with Nova. Then we have 1 Anima. It's short, so obviously it just gets a Drytron name into the grave. Masquerader and SP. If you get interrupted a lot, you can just do some link plays. And with that, you have Mirage Lights and Appaloosa. Just negates. This is the main thing you do to protect your Chaos Max lock, because you don't always have access to enough materials for Appaloosa, but this protects it from things like Cold Buy. Speaking of how you perform that lock, you have the 1 Dynamondo. You don't need any more than that, but you only arrive at once because you kill follow-up with the Boron Sword Dragon. Then finally, of course, you have the 2 targets. Side deck is where we get some real changes that relate to new support. First of all, the Magic Key package. This is a ritual machine monster that also adds 1, literally, but effectively 2 spell negates to your end board, because you don't have to detach both the materials from Mu Beta for this, and it leaves its spell negate active. So because of the new support, you can still go into this really easily. Breaking boards, however, we have 3 Lava Golem to, you know, stomp on them, and Feather Duster, which is just another target for Thrust. And for defensive cards when you go first, we have Triple Bell, because it stops you getting Bestials, Crowed, whatever. A Lancia, which is another search spell out to Bestials when you go second or whatever. And then a couple more Orange Lights to beat things like Shifter. After that, we've got the Mandatory Call by the Grave, because I don't like getting drolled. And 2 Cosmic Cyclone, because, you know, get rid of back row nice and early before you have to commit is always nice, even though Drytron is good at powering through them. So that's how the deck should look post Infinite Forbidden. How do you guys think? Do you think there are any more changes you would make to the deck? But I think this is a pretty streamlined game plan that should serve the deck well with new support. Thanks, guys.